For adults, the central idea here revolves around guiding children in a balanced way. Encouraging awareness without overload, it's important to challenge children in ways that promote curiosity and learning without pushing them into survival mode. If they feel too overwhelmed, their responses become reactive, relying on subconscious habits rather than thoughtful decisions, which could lead to naive behavior. Avoiding false realities. While encouraging children to dream and explore fantasy is healthy, shielding them too much from the realities of life could be harmful. If they are presented with an overly rosy or unrealistic view of the world, they may grow up unprepared, and this naivety could affect how they approach life's challenges and complexities. For children and teens, this section emphasizes teaching foundational values from a young age. Believing in yourself and others, self-confidence is important, but so is embracing diversity and inclusion, particularly toward people with disabilities. Early education on these values can make a lasting impact. Learning versus unlearning. Adults often struggle with unlearning ingrained biases or habits, whereas children and teens are more impressionable and open to adopting positive behaviors. Therefore, it's easier to instill principles of respect, kindness, and social responsibility in younger generations. Responsibility and accountability. Sharing personal experiences, such as the consequences of drink driving, serves as a powerful deterrent for young people. It also reinforces the idea that actions have long-term consequences, which can be a wake-up call for teens who feel invincible. On relationships, based on research. This section brings attention to one of the most important aspects of life. The key to happiness and health, both a 75-year-long study and a popular TED Talk with millions of views highlight the importance of relationships. They underscore that good relationships, social connections, and avoiding loneliness are crucial to living a happy, healthy, and fulfilling life. Relationships provide emotional support and are deeply tied to our well-being, while loneliness can have a detrimental effect on both mental and physical health. This structure provides a coherent flow to the ideas, highlighting the value of social connections, the importance of balanced guidance for children, and how impactful it is to start nurturing values of inclusion and responsibility at a young age. Learning, the power of association and conditioning. Learning is deeply rooted in association. A classic example is Pavlov's experiment with dogs. Every time a bell was rung, food was presented to the dog. Eventually, the dog would salivate just from hearing the bell, even when no food followed. This demonstrates how learning happens through repetition and conditioning. Conditioning, in both physical and mental realms, is when repeated experiences or behaviors become etched into our minds. This can happen with both positive and negative experiences. Over time, we learn to associate good things with positive emotions, and bad things with negative ones. While we might learn to avoid what causes discomfort or pain, it's still a form of learning that shapes our future behaviors. For example, people with disabilities are often treated in the same limiting ways by society. This consistent experience of exclusion or prejudice can deeply affect how they view themselves and their behavior within the world. The way society treats someone can condition how they feel about their value and potential. Children, in particular, learn by imitation. As they grow, they mimic the behaviors of those around them. This is why it's important for adults to demonstrate the behaviors they want to teach, not just describe them. This approach works for adults, too. Learning through experience and modeling is much more effective than just being told what to do. As Josh Eiler suggests in Learn Faster and Better, it's crucial to recognize that learning is a continuous process. It doesn't stop with knowledge acquisition. It is shaped by repeated experiences and personal reflection. Thought-provoking interview questions. Here are a few reflective questions designed to stimulate learning, personal growth, and deeper connection. How do you learn and grow? What methods help you improve and develop your understanding of yourself and the world around you? Have you considered how your perspectives evolve over time? Reflect on your younger self. For instance, I once believed I'd never drink and drive, or live with a disability. That changed dramatically as life unfolded. Can you visualize how your own beliefs may shift as you move from youth into adulthood and beyond? How do you view drink drivers and people with disabilities today? What do these views say about your experiences, and do you think your opinions might change in the future? Life throws curveballs, and what we once thought impossible becomes reality. I was once sure I'd never drive drunk, but one choice drastically altered my future. What might change for you? What problems do you think exist in today's society, and how can we solve them? Do you feel like you are enough? How would you feel if a traumatic accident, like a brain-damaging car crash, changed your life? Reflect on the possible struggles you could face, and think about how you might view those problems differently. What do you want to achieve with your life? How important is it to you to maintain personal control over your actions? What can you do to make a positive difference in your life and the lives of others? How will you use the second half of your life? Don't end your journey prematurely. Do you trust yourself enough to make decisions that will ensure a full, rich life? How can you make your life more meaningful by helping others, being inclusive, and avoiding judgments about those living with disabilities? Conclusion: a call to responsibility and growth. As we grow and learn, our opinions, beliefs, and behaviors are constantly evolving. What you think today may change dramatically in 5, 10, or 20 years. It's impossible to predict every twist in the road. Life's challenges, like those I faced after my disabling car crash, teach us that our perspectives can shift, sometimes painfully. We all have the power to make a difference, in our own lives and the lives of others, by being inclusive and non-judgmental. So, trust yourself, avoid unnecessary risks like drinking and driving, and commit to helping make the world a better place, one action, one thought at a time.